This is Nightline.
Tonight,
this is a romance scam on steroids.
Inside the shocking case against the woman authorities say targeted multiple men, luring alleged victims through dating apps.
It's folks that are out looking for love that ran into something far more sinister.
How they say she drugged them and stole their money, leaving 3 dead.
We believe Phelps kidnapped one of these victims by heavily sedating him and pushing him across the U.S.-Mexico border in a wheelchair.
Why authorities believe there are more victims out there. Plus, Robert Pattinson, the Twilight star, is back in a new out-of-this-world sci-fi adventure.
That's when everything changed. Multiple.
Teaming up with Sixth Sense star Toni Collette.
Read the script, and the script was pretty weird to begin with. When you turn up and you're like,
oh, even weirder. This is mild Mickey. And this is habanero Mickey.
What made the all-star cast say yes to the film, sight unseen.
You both almost accepted a role without knowing what the role was.
Yeah.
And
killing me softly with this song.
Remembering Roberta Flack, the Grammy-winning singer of Killing Me Softly, and so many other hits. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, horrifying details in the case of a Las Vegas woman accused of targeting older men who were looking for romance online, luring them in, robbing them, and sometimes, authorities say, much worse. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
This is a romance scam on steroids. We have not seen one like this in recent history.
It's a shocking alleged love scam spanning 2 countries with bombshell twists. The woman at the center of it all, accused of luring men in their 60s and 70s on dating apps, drugging them, stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
4 victims identified in the indictment. 2 of the 4 are from Nevada. 3 of the 4 are deceased.
Scams, fraud, and even those that use dating apps are nothing new. But this particular case, this was jaw-dropping.
It's folks that are out looking for love that ran into something far more sinister and that never intended to get involved with somebody in this way.
43-year-old Aurora Phelps of Las Vegas is sitting behind bars in Mexico awaiting extradition. The dual U.S.-Mexican citizen is accused of using multiple aliases, traveling between her 2 homes in Las Vegas and Guadalajara to allegedly target her victims.
Whether or not she had help, we don't know. It remains an active, ongoing investigation.
The FBI says the alleged scammer used dating apps like Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, and others. And investigators say from July 2021 to December 2022, Phelps met several men, sometimes drugging them, then accessing their financial and other accounts without their knowledge and consent.
So what's somewhat unique about this particular romance scam is the level of intrusiveness, meeting the victim, drugging the victim, and now they're inside their house, the person's incapacitated. I've not really heard of a scam that gets this personal and this deep, and in particular, this devious.
Among the charges so far, multiple counts of wire fraud, bank fraud, identity theft, and 1 count of kidnapping resulting in death. Prosecutors say that Phelps kidnapped, abducted, and carried away one of her victims and held him for ransom.
We believe Phelps kidnapped one of these victims by heavily sedating him and pushing him across the U.S.-Mexico border in a wheelchair due to his inebriated state. Phelps then took him to a hotel room in Mexico City where the victim was found dead.
The indictment also says that Phelps allegedly got into one of her victim's E-Trade accounts and sold Apple stock worth approximately $3.3 million and unsuccessfully attempted to remove the $3.3 million.
Of the 4 alleged victims, according to the FBI, there's some overlap on Phelps's part. That while she was swindling and using the credit cards of one alleged victim, she was preying upon another and doing the same.
One of her alleged victims survived, the FBI saying he suffered a coma.
The 1 living victim mentioned in the indictment survived and emerged from a coma after Phelps administered large amounts of prescription sedatives to him over the course of a week.
Romance scams are big time unreported. The FTC estimates that the loss in 1 year from romance scams is over $1 billion. And so who else out there has died, has been scammed.
While the FBI continues their investigation into Phelps, other Americans are speaking out about being scammed in non-lethal ways by online love fraudsters, like Julie Erickson.
He was a very, very good-looking man. I was attracted to him.
Julie was looking for love online and found it with a man named Mark, who told her he was working overseas. They would email and talk on the phone for hours, Mark eventually asking her for money. In the end, Julie telling my colleague Kira Phillips she lost nearly $500,000 to this online scammer.
Crushing. Absolutely crushing. I was suicidal. I cried a lot.
Have you ever found out who the real Mark is?
No. Tried, but never have.
Another romance scam victim, Liza Likens.
He wrote a message that he was getting ready to retire and he was looking for someone to get married and be his partner.
Telling my colleague Ashin Singh she was duped by a man named Donald who used false promises and fear tactics to trick her.
How much money did you actually end up sending?
$1,023,000.
In reality, the man calling himself Donald stole this man's photo and pretended to be him. At one point, Donald told Liza to send him $250,000 in bail money because he got arrested while transporting a safe he said was filled with $700 million in gold and cash.
This is the one that when he told me they had taken him to prison in Spain, and he said this was taken from the prison on a break, and it's him holding a Post-it, and one of his nicknames for me was Lulu.
You had no doubts about this photo?
Nope. I thought it was real.
In Aurora Phelps's case, large sums of cash are also central. The indictment noting that she allegedly transferred money multiple times from one victim's bank accounts into her own account and her husband's bank account. Another one of Phelps' alleged victims was found by police on the bathroom floor of his home in Mexico. If convicted on every charge, Phelps could face a maximum sentence of life behind bars. She's also facing robbery and kidnapping charges in Mexico, authorities saying she was using the same methods in Mexico to target men. And the FBI is now asking for help in identifying any other potential victims.
We are here to enlist the public's help to identify potential victims of what we believe to be a sinister and far-reaching romance scam. The FBI has become aware of multiple additional potential victims, male and female, both in the United States and Mexico.
Typically, the FBI get involved in cases where there are multiple victims across state and country lines. The cases actually can be easier to investigate on a federal level because of the multiple jurisdictions and the movement of money.
The problem with dating online, while it's a wonderful medium, is you just don't know who's on the other end.
Our thanks to Matt. When we come back, Twilight heartthrob Robert Pattinson in a new role to die for, over and over again.
Now I can tell you to a punch. Filthy multiples.
Oh, yeah. That does seem fair. Oh, goodness. Burnt meat.
Welcome back. Robert Pattinson is best known for starring as a dashing young vampire in the Twilight series. His new film, Mickey 17, takes mortality to a whole new level. He and co-star Toni Collette sat down with ABC's Maggie Rulli.
There's a multitude of scenes in this movie where I'd walk into it thinking it's, you know, you read the script, and the script was pretty weird to begin with. When you turn up and you're like,
oh, even weirder.
That script, a new dystopian tale starring Robert Pattinson.
Whoever's gone down there first gonna freeze to death.
And directed by director Bong Joon-ho.
Parasite.
Best known for his 2020 Best Picture Oscar winner, Parasite. The film, co-starring Toni Collette and Naomi Ackie, is a sci-fi thriller full of unpredictable plot twists and larger-than-life characters on a far-flung planet in space. Pattinson's been gracing screens for a little over 2 decades.
Some game, huh?
From playing the brave, charismatic Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter,
It's a portkey.
to the blood-sucking and brooding heartthrob Edward Cullen in the hit romance Twilight saga.
Who are we?
And more recently, the Batman.
I'm vengeance.
How does Mickey compare to these past iconic roles?
I'm luckily not entirely aware of all these things that become kind of big, quite sort of cultural touchstones to people. Like when Harry Potter happened, I was like a little bit too old to have read the Harry Potter book, so I didn't really know that much about it.
Who's too old?
And then with Twilight, I had no idea what Twilight was. But this, it's interesting. It's kind of like, it's just so unusual to find a story which is at a major studio and they want to do something which is like a character which you haven't really heard of, but then you find a director like Bong who wants to make something iconoclastic and hopefully something which will really connect to a kind of wide amount of people.
I've been working in film for 10 years and these are people that I've watched since I was like a kid, and there's this weird thing where you're like, oh, like these are now people who need to be my peers. Rob is so deeply talented. It's such a gift to be acting in the same space.
Real actor, right?
This is the 8th film from South Korean director Bong Joon-ho. His signature dark comedy on complicated topics made famous in films like Parasite.
나도 봐. 공짜로 집안에 소독도 하고.
And the action-packed thriller Snowpiercer.
We're going to the front.
또 영화 하나 날 때마다 봉 6, 봉 7, 봉 8 이렇게 가는 느낌이거든요.
Well, I think you both have said you both almost accepted a role without knowing what the role was, just knowing that it was with director Bong.
Yeah. I would do anything for him, and still would.
Yeah, for sure.
The film follows Mickey, played by Pattinson, as he helps colonize a new planet. The catch, his only job is dying over and over again as he's forced to test the dangers of his new home.
Hey, Mickey. Yeah. What's it feel like to die?
Watching Mickey, something that we're struck by is that he dies a lot. This has to be the most you've ever died in any movie you've ever done, I assume.
I die in like every single movie. Or I'm either dead already or like kind of, or I have no will to live.
Mickey reprinted each time things go awry. The space missions led by characters played by Mark Ruffalo of Poor Things.
You, like me, are a creature of freedom in the moment.
And Toni Collette, the Golden Globe winning actress known for roles like The Sixth Sense.
You think I'm a freak?
Look at my face. I would never think that about you.
And most recently as a dogged and ambitious prosecutor in Juror Number 2.
Your character who is just... I mean, where did it begin?
Not every woman.
Yeah, I hope not.
Oh, yeah. That does seem fair.
You're just so fabulously terrible. And I mean that with so much love.
Naomi Aki plays Nasha, Mickey's love interest, who finds herself in a love triangle when a second Mickey appears.
You would be so psyched if there were two of me.
There's one scene where your character gets to not act with just one Robert Pattinson, but two Robert Pattinson.
There we go. That was a funny day. This is so exciting.
I had a guy who was a really great actor doubling me. I made it more difficult for him because I don't like people watching what I'm doing to prep for stuff, and it makes me very self-conscious. But he had to look at what I was doing in the take in order to repeat it. Yeah. But I kept trying to hide from him. Like every single take, I was like, stop looking at me, bro. That's hilarious. And then
Bong constantly keeping actors on their toes while at the helm.
I understand it's a different directing style that you use, Director Bong. You say it's typical of often directors in Korea, and I...
열심히 하지. 그리고 그 준비를 강박적으로 하는 스타일. 준비를 미리 하지 않으면 되게 불안해지기 때문에 성격적으로.
He's kind of edited the movie in his head almost before we even started shooting.
No one does that. Before he edits the movie before you even start shooting. Yeah.
And you take these kind of very jarring turns in a scene because you're not filming any kind of filler moments. It's just like, okay, now you're like max kind of rage, and then it's over. And now you're crying.
Do you want to work that way again?
I think I could do it forever. I really got into it.
And also, it's a very strange Korean film industry style. We have on-set editor. So there is editor, but just next to me.
It's amazing.
그래서 찍으면서 동시에 옆에서 막 편집을 하고 있어요.
Strange animals, creepers, populating the film's new planet and soon antagonizing the humans.
What was your inspiration for the creepers?
croissant. 근데 정말로 그 디자이너한테 그거를 줬어요 처음에 이제.
Despite its otherworldly aesthetic, the film is full of heart. asking viewers to ponder the limits of technology and what makes us human.
It's almost like a metaphor for the fact that souls live eternally and that potentially we really do come back and inhabit different bodies and versions of ourselves and keep growing and learning.
For you, what is the main message that you want to get across with Mickey 17?
그거죠. 그러니까 우리가 인간답게 살 수 있는 방법은 무엇인가? 또는 반대로 뒤집어 생각하면 우리를 인간답게 살지 못하게 방해하는 건 뭘까?
Our thanks to Maggie. Mickey 17 is out next Friday. When we come back, remembering Roberta Flack, whose Grammy-winning hit Killing Me Softly inspired Fuji's own Grammy-worthy cover and new generations of fame. Finally tonight, acclaimed singer Roberta Flack has died. She was 88. Here's ABC's David Muir.
Roberta Flack's voice was unmistakable.
Singing my life with his words, killing me softly with
Her version of Killing Me Softly with his song, winning 2 Grammys in 1973.
telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly.
When I first heard the words, killing me softly with his song, just the sound of those words together had such magic for me.
Her smooth vocal style, her poetic, soulful ballads, her grace on the piano. One of the top recording artists of the 1970s.
That's the time I feel like making love.
Roberta Flack was born outside Asheville, North Carolina in 1937. She was a classically trained pianist, so gifted she received a full scholarship at 15 years old to Howard University.
First musical memory is Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. And that was a very strong memory for me because that's where my Sunday school superintendent discovered that I had extra musical talent.
She became a school music teacher and she would perform at night before pursuing her dream.
The transition from the classroom to the stage was a very easy, smooth one for me personally. I'd rather think that the facility was the direct result of my being prepared.
The first time ever I saw your.
Her version, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, becoming her first hit after Clint Eastwood asked to use it in his 1971 movie Play Misty for Me. It would go on to win a Grammy. She would win 4 Grammys in all, a 5th Grammy for Lifetime Achievement. Roberta Flack died today at the age of 88, surrounded by family after a battle with ALS.
Our thanks to David. That's Nightline for this evening. Catch our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.